Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody doing? It's the June 5th. All right, June 5. June 5. What do we got? I got my Cubby shirt on today. Went to the game last night. We were about to throw in the towel, like in the seventh inning, but we decided to stay. Cubbies come back, win 7-6 in the last inning. So pretty cool there. So that was good. We had that going on. They are on a horrible slide right now. But I'm wearing the colors. I'm wearing the colors, baby. All right. So what do we got? We got Tech pulling back. What have I been saying? Do not chase these Tech stocks. And I'm going to reiterate it again. Don't chase these Tech stocks. All right. So what do we got this morning? We got a couple of the bigger names that are pulling back. We'll go through some of those. We got Lulu. Ooh, down to 111 now. 52-week low now. 8-year low for Lululemon. Beat down. All right, beat down on Lulu. Just cannot get it right. We got some of the quantum stocks moving around here this morning. RGTI, QNT is going to be it's an IPO, so that one we don't really have too much information on that one yet. So again, Tech kind of pulls back and the Dow keeps soaring, baby. All right, but we're going through a rotation here now, so be kind of careful about how you're picking here. All right, there's some that are going to be going. There's some that are not. We've been through this before. All right, I'm looking at the diamonds right now. We're up to 517. We're up to 518. All right, so Tech pulls back. It's like they build something else out so they could take something else down. You know what I mean? So it's like not so bad. But we got some names moving this morning here, and I'm going to start with Tech right off the bat. All right. Just going to take you a glance here. AMAT lower this morning here, right? Closed at 501.70 down to 4. I'm not going to really go through the charts on these. I will on a couple, though. All right. So coming back down here on AMAT lower. Look at this. I mean, just look at the weeks. You see the months. All right. Don't go chasing this. Still not buying it. This move to the downside. Okay, so they're down with from 501, so they're up 16 or 17 bucks. No. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a hell of a lot more than that. Turn me on. All right. So AMAT, this Sienna is lower this morning. CIEN closed at 535, trading at 518. Shooter down on the month with the outsider, and there is your week as well. All right, because we'll kind of break away here for the week now next week, so we'll start to see shake things up a little bit. All right, so Sienna coming back down on your Tech. Marvel, where were you going, Marvel? Where were you going? Would that thing get up to? Well, we're gonna see in a second here. Sorry about that. MRVL. Marvel. All right. We got to 324 bucks. Well, welcome back to 305, buddy. 305 still too rich. All right, for me. All right. So look at this week. All right. So triangles the out. not even close. Look at this week, man. It's 195. You know what I mean? This is one bar on a weekly. All right. Don't get too crazy. I'm saying it again. Do not chase these tech stocks. All right. Who knows what happens with this AI business still? A lot of things out there that can they're throwing so much money at this thing. All right. So when you got a lot of money invested in this thing, They got to make sure that they make all the right moves. All right, so Marvel lowered this morning here now with Marvel. What else we got? We got a couple more. We got Avgo's lower here this morning. AVGO pulling back 410 from 418, only about $9 lower. But I love the shooter down on the month. 1 week in. All right, Avgo. There you go. You got that one. You know what the next one is, right? Oh, NVIDIA. Why is NVIDIA still above 212 is unbeknownst to me. But she came down and broke it yesterday. On the week, she broke that, and she came back in a little bit. 215.43. I got to say, NVIDIA's doing fairly well, but I still think that thing's going to break a little bit lower before we really start to make that move. I still think this AI is, I think AI is like third quarter 27, something like that, where they really start to ramp this thing up. So look for some more pullbacks, and we'll measure the moves as they go down, and then the story from there. All right. So Micron, MU. Right, we're talking like it's worth about $200 in the pie in the sky. Shooter back down on the month now, so there you go, and it's only a week in. All right, so maybe we can really start to ramp them up and start bring these AIs back in. All right, so Micron. There you go. NVIDIA, Qualcomm is in that group as well. So as you're seeing, all right, tech is pulling back, and we knew it would. Still, Qualcomm is still pretty strong inside there. I mean, this one's actually pretty good. I think Qualcomm is pretty solid, but I'm still not going to pay $237 for it this morning. Okay, so pulling back down, right? We got XLK. XLK 190 now. We get that nice shooter down on the month here on XLK. Trying to get down to the lows here on the monthly. All right, which is only a week old. 190.22 would break it. We're going to be close here this morning, so it looks like we're going to be a little bit lower here. All right, so 190.40 right now. All right, so XLK pulls back, and we'll see. All right, so tech stalls, and then I'm just going to go through some stocks here. Take a look at Lululemon here, man. So break down. Go ahead and give it to me. All right. Look at this thing sitting on an 8-year low. All right. We got a lot of stocks that are like this right now. All right. Chipotle Mexican Grill. 2-1 on the month now, stuck inside. Can we get the can we break that? Well, yeah, we can, because we're breaking it this morning, guys. We're this month is going to expand down to 111. Got to pull this thing up a little bit. No more room to the downside. All right, so 111, guys, here. We're going to be in this 111 area right in here. All right, so that low was 116.68. We're going to break that down, and we're going to come back into this area right here, about 111.16 right now. It's trading at 111.36. All right, so monthly under pressure, yearly under pressure. All right, we were talking about Chipotle Mexican Grill. We have a little group we talk about. They're like, oh, I think, we got to buy Chipotle Mexican Grill. It's a 5-year low. All right. Now, if you're buying it, you're holding it. Okay. But if you're trying to try to, catch it here at the right spot, and then it goes, that's not going to happen. All right, so there's going to be some more. There'll be every rally will be met with triangle. It's like Roblox. All right, same kind of thing. Look at that Roblox. Can't get it right. Right? They keep trying a lot. One of these days, Alice. All right, so Lululemon, a little bit low in the story. DocU is in the news today too, and they just expected more from DocU. All right. They expected better on these numbers. All right, so DocuSign, kind of a they were looking for their margins to go up. That did not happen. They missed on revenue. All right, they raised their outlook, and they beat their earnings, but it just wasn't enough. So DocU lowered this morning. All right, so what do we got there? Pull it up on that weekly. I should have went to the weekly on the first one. All right, so here we go. We're only down $2 lower here. All right, 47.97 would triangle out the 2 week. All right, so we're not doing that quite yet. We're at 48.32. All right, so this one kind of interesting here. JP Morgan gave it a downgrade, I guess, this morning too, so a little bit lower there now. All right, so DocuSign on your weekly coming back down, and this is your day. Yesterday was a 2-day down. All right, so let's see if that one kind of firms up. That one might be a little bit better, but right now you don't want to buy anything with the month down. And great, it's only a week. All right, DocuSign. And then there's RGTI, some of these quantum stocks. I don't follow these things really closely. Rigotti. Rigotti's lower here again this morning. Here closed at 24.16. It's down to 23.64. 2 down yesterday. Down day, but it was green all day. All right. And then here's your week. Outside on the week. Shooter down. We're going to get unemployment numbers. Why we speak here, so I'll flip over to the futures when we get close. We're about 3 minutes away from, hey, guess what? It's going to be 4%. I swear to God, it's like always 4%. All right, does it ever change? All right, so Rigotti and the quantum stocks, don't follow them too closely. JP Morgan and a couple other firms are putting a hold on Tesla. I like Tesla, but I don't want to pay $418 for it or $419. So Shooter, we got the inside month. So this is the game right here. We're looking for the triangle out on the monthly. Break it back down. I don't think we're going to get down to 376, but I'm going to be watching closely on Tesla on the month. All right, so this morning it's doing nothing. Okay, it's sitting near the low of the month here by about $4. The quarter is pretty good, and time's running out. All right, time's running out. So Tesla. We're going to look for the triangle out on the monthly and see where things start to go. We're 2-2 down on the week, so we don't have anything actionable. Like this is not really a shooter, you know. This is just a neutral. It's a neutral bar. It doesn't say, it tells us that there's sellers in control. We had sellers in control yesterday with the inside day, and we're not getting, it's not telling us that we're going lower here right now this morning by popping back up inside at 419. So I don't see this break going into force coming down on the daily unless something starts to change here. Tech is heavy a little bit this morning. Other than that, we're going to keep an eye on the monthly on Tesla, and we'll see how things start to come out with this thing. All right, it's not ready to run right now, and it's not ready to puke right now. All right, so it's just going to have to sit tight with it. I would think that, with all the tech stocks coming down, with all the tech stocks moving to the downside and Tesla hanging in there, that's telling us a pretty good sign right there. All right, so Tesla. All right, what else we got? A couple names here. We talked about Salesforce is a little bit better this morning. And another one not to chase. All right, CRM. I put this one in the list this morning. I'm sure you go on there and check out my Gapper list every day. I'm sure you study it. All right, you're studying it. 2-2 back down here on the 2 hours, starting to dip a little bit. 179 around there. Just this thing got as you see, look at the weeks. It's just been chopped. It came down, and it's the chop continues, so we're not going to see anything out of this thing yet. Shooter down on the month, 1 week in. The one thing about it, it could be triangled out very easily back up to 211 and a quarter. All right, so we'll see that, but we got tech seems to be a little bit under pressure this morning. All righty. What else do you have? Rocket Lab a little bit better here. I like Rocket Lab. I like the week. All right, it's a 2-2 down week coming off all-time highs. You're going to have to give me more to the downside on this thing, too. Goes outside on the day yesterday. All right, so we see if anything comes of that. And right now we're 119 stuck inside. All right, so Rocket Labs inside month. Even if it hammers up in here, how you getting out of that anytime soon is going to be a tough one there. All right, it's about $30 and change. So again, another Tesla one where we're going to really focus on the month and the week. All right, and then when I start doing here every week is like I did that Wednesday. So we'll finish the week and we'll look at the week and the month every week. All right, and then we'll pick some stocks that are good and some stocks that are crap. All right, so see there, Rocket Lab, a little bit better there. Let's go to the futures. Diamonds, oh boy, I tell you, look at them go. FOS 1710, shooter coming back down. These numbers are out right now. Unemployment. Let's see what you're saying. All right, coming back down right now. We're back down to 516.79. So we got that coming back down here a little bit. Let's see what else is doing here. SPY and Qs are down anyway already, especially with the Qs with the pressure coming on some of these tech names. Coming in red, coming in a little red, baby. Yeah, bring them in. All right, two back down here on the 2 hour. Let's see here. The actual that they were looking for on non-farm was 172,000 jobs. The estimate was 85K. That tells us where they came in at, though. All right, so coming in a little hot, though, as you can see right now. All right, there's your SPY and there's your QQQ. All right, coming back to, ooh, sexy, coming back down. All right. I get excited when the market goes down, especially when we're at all-time highs and just completely gone moronic to get these stocks where they are. I mean, there has been earnings that the earnings have been there. I can't argue with that. But you know, they're changing the PDT rules. Look at the 10-year responding to the number here right now. All right, 10-year. Look at the 10-year. All right, yeah, there you go, 454. Ooh, look at the 10 years go. All right, so that's telling us something about what's going on with these numbers right now. I'll read through them, but I just wanted to see what was going to happen here, and I was kind of hoping for a little bit of a higher high, a lower low on unemployment. I'm not looking for that, but just something to bring this market back to us a little bit. All right, so 10-year moving up pretty nicely there on your 10-year. We'll see what the dollar's doing here. DXY. Dollar on the move as well. All right, so we got the dollar moving. The dollar's been getting better here. All right, so a little bit higher, got up to 99.40. All right, so let's go back. We'll look at SPY again. Staying down for now. All right, down to 752. So 752 still doesn't even break the day, guys. All right, the lows were 751.47. We got down to 752.47. So we're not even breaking day yet on SPY. They're going to shrug this off. Diamonds, we knew that one took the hit immediately and staying down right now as well. All right, so coming back down there a little bit as well. So no relief coming back yet at all. 10 years are still holding up pretty good. All right, CrowdStrike. Somebody gave CrowdStrike a JP Morgan downgrade, 719.09 down to 705. All right, so here we are down 706.20 right now, coming down on your CrowdStrike. All right, so we got that. All right. All right, so tech pulling back. We got unemployment. Seems as though maybe a little bit hotter than we thought. So we got the futures moving to the downside. All right, stick with the industrials, stick with the energies, stick with the XLF, and try to hold on with the healthcare. I think those four are the ones I still like. All right. So everybody have a good day. I'll get in during the day. All right, be good.